that sound. That sound good? Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we'd like to give all glory and honor and praises.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
Then why to the Apostle Great Millstone, the salutations to the octave on the four corners of the earth, which is truth, and our love, diligence, respect, fear, and trembling. We're coming back out with the spirit of power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, prophesying the downfall of Babylon. Man. All right, we are at the last end of this thing, man. All right, if you're paying attention, if you're being a watchman, as the scriptures speak about, you got Ezekiel 3 is the spirit. As you being a watchman, all right, like the scriptures tell us to be, you would know the times that we're living in. All right? We know that we are at the end, according to the scriptures, man. According to biblical prophecy, we measure in the time diligently, meaning we're lining up what the word of the Heavenly Father says, and we are marrying it to what's going on in the world. The events that's happening in the world, man. Okay? So you got
Ezekiel 3 and 17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word in my mouth, and give them warning from me.
Yeah, give who warning? We supposed to give the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans the warning. All right? The Israelites. All right? And ultimately, what we at with this thing is that we're only speaking to the hopeful elect. See, we're honestly warning the hopeful elect, and what that does is they begin to remember themselves, the prophet, and whoever was predestinated to get salvation on this side. Those are the ones that's going to wake up. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 18, it says, When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning,
right?
Nor speakest,
right,
to warn the wicked from his wicked way.
Yeah, and the wicked right there is talking about the Israelites. See, we're warning you and telling you, hey, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is about to return. Somebody give Malachi, 4th chapter, 5th verse. Because the whole purpose of Elijah coming back in the reincarnation is to give that last warning, all right? Before the great and terrible day. You see? Because what we're doing is we're heralding in Yahweh Shai. We're letting the world know that a great danger is about to take place, man. All right? So you either get with this truth, you get on this side, or you stay on that side, man. Go ahead.
This is Malachi chapter 4, verse 5. It says, Behold, I send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
Yeah, before the coming and great and dreadful day of the Lord. Okay, and what day is that? All right? It's when Yahweh Shai, the world enemy called Jesus Christ, returns, man, with the chariots. All right? And what he's going to do, he's going to destroy this place. All right? Another coming of dreadful day of the Lord is Armageddon. Okay? Which is World War III. All right? And we can see, if you, like I said earlier, we're measuring down the times. So if you can measure what's happening in the world and you can marry it with the biblical prophecies, then you're on the right path, man. So we can see that the Lord is on his way to destroy this place. Go ahead, read that again.
It says, Malachi chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
So Elijah has already came and went. See? Before the coming and great and dreadful day of the Lord. Now he that have an ear, let him hear Abba Bibbers. Okay? Now, I told you in the scriptures in Matthew the 17th chapter, I believe, Yahweh told the disciples that John the Baptist was Elias. Okay, so John the Baptist, Elijah has came again. This is a future prophecy that applies to this day and age. Why? Because when Yahweh when the Lord came 2,000 years ago, that wasn't the coming of dreadful day of the Lord. That was the beginning of the end. You see? In Hebrews, get it. In Hebrews. That marked the last days. So we're at the end of the last days. All right?
Hebrews chapter 1, verse 1. It says, the Most High, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets.
Yeah, read that again.
It says, the Most High at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past
Go ahead.
unto the fathers by the prophets.
So the prophets is coming back in different carnations. Okay? So it's the same message that was being repeated throughout the generations. Man. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son.
See, in these last days spoken unto us by his Son. So Yahushua, who the world enemy called Jesus Christ, right? He came 2,000 years ago. So that marked the last days, man. Okay, when you read Matthew the 24th chapter, it gives you a series of events, polycrises, so to speak, that's going to take place. Famines, wars, all right? Many wax, many, we have people who wax and worse. The love of many shall wax cold. People being murderers and dying and killing. Yep, pestilences. Those are earthquakes and diverse places. Those are polycrises, which is what events that happens on earth that puts people in a state of misery. A constant situation going on back to back. See, that's how we know that we're in the last days. All right, go back to Malachi.
It's Malachi chapter 4, verse 5. It says, behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
Right.
And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children.
Right.
And the heart of the children to their fathers.
So that's what Abba Bivens did when he began to go into what is known as the New Testament. You see? Because if you know the history of the whole this Israelite this Israelite thing, the origins of it, so to speak, started off with commandment keepers and different little sects that was following, you know, the little hats. But then the Holy Spirit was put upon Elijah, all right, Abba Bivens, to start going into the New Testament and emerging in the understanding of Yahushua's importance. All right, that Yahushua is about to come back. Okay, and in that book, that vocab thought that he was getting over on us. Marx, what is it called? Y'all remember the name of it? Marx of the book that said that Abba Bivens made. Well, basically, it said that he went into the New Testament and it was telling you how he was the first one to do that, go into the New Testament to connect it. You know, so that's what happened. Him bringing the hearts of the children to the fathers and the fathers to them. That's what we're doing right now. We're giving you the understanding of the scriptures. All right. So before the coming and dreadful day of the Lord, man. So now go back to Ezekiel 3. This is why the Lord has sent this watchman to warn you before those things take place. All right, before the famine, before martial law, before Jacob's trouble, before the Karagma, which is the MOTB. All right, which is the sea hip. You see, all those things is happening right now. All right.
All right. It's back in Ezekiel 3 and 18. It says, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die.
Right.
And thou givest him not warning.
Right.
Nor speakest warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life. The same
His to go out and warn the people, warn the children of Israel. See? So the blood is going to be on your hand if you don't do that. You got to tell Jake that they're going off. Cry out loud, spread out, lift up my voice like a trumpet, and shew Jacob their transgressions. You see? So within doing that, you're going to have the hopeful elect. Well, not the hope. The elect is going to wake up out of that. And then the 2/3 who don't take heed, guess what? That the blood will be on your hands. Go ahead.
It says, yet if thou warn the wicked,
Right?
and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity. But thou hast delivered thy soul.
Yep, and we deliver our souls by going out in the highways and byways. By warning. Okay? Because if you don't warn, then the people ain't gonna know. But if you do warn, they have no excuse. remember, Yahweh said that he came, he said they won't have a cloak for their sins. You see? Because the Lord sent the messenger. And what's the message? You see? Those that kept the word of the Heavenly Father. All right? That's more.
It says again, when a righteous man goes iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die, because thou hast not given him warning.
Yep.
He shall die in his sin.
Yeah, so we tell you not to. What did Chip at? See, this is part of that warning, man. See, the see him is a part of that warning. Because guess what? Esau Edom, which is the so-called white man, he's going to come down with great wrath and he's going to implement this thing. That's why everything is turning digital. That's why it's the CBDC. See? Because sooner or later, that money, that dollar is going to be out of the equation. That plastic is going to be out of the equation. So you're going to be left with this, the mark. Okay? So we tell you, don't take the mark. That's a part of the warning. That's a part of the message. You got a lot of false prophets out here who what? Teaching otherwise. You know? Yeah.
It says, he shall die, because thou hast not given him warning. He shall die in his sin, and his righteousness, which he hath done, shall not be remembered. But his blood will I acquire and die in.
That's because you didn't go out with blood. That's why we out here. That's why we get them apostles, regulars, all right? Then you got these other camps that's out, teaching them. They're scattered elect members amongst all of the camps. So if you don't go out here and teach, guess what? You're going to get put to death. And the Lord's going to get you caught up in the worst case scenario.
Says, nevertheless, if thou warn the righteous man that the righteous man sin not, that he doth not sin, he shall surely live, because he is warned. Also, thou hast delivered thy soul.
That's it. You got something else? Bring whatever I got. Go ahead.
This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 7. And it says, but the end of all things is at hand. Be therefore sober and watch unto prayer. That's what we're supposed to be doing, being sober, sober-minded, all right, and watching and unto prayer.
Good.
Because prayer is for you, so you don't fall into temptation.
Yeah.
So it says, above all this, have fervent charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover of sin. This is charity too.
Hey, so another form of warning is warning Jacob about the false philosophies too, about the false teachings that pertains to the Bible. You got IUIC beginning with their head, all right, General Nate. Nate, him and IUIC, they going totally off on the cement. Take the cement off. Yeah, don't touch on this one. He going off on this, man. All right, the mark, the MARK of the beast is that incision that's going to be pricked in your skin, man. Anybody can find an article. A lawyer, find any article pertaining to the Quran about buying and selling. Anybody, two brothers can do it. Get any article where it goes into buying and selling, because what they teach you now is that if you don't go about it ways, they can go in your bank account. Everybody bank account. All right, everybody in the world don't have bank accounts. So now what? Or if y'all outside teaching, you can go in a bank account and take the money. What about the family of the word? We ain't finna be doing this forever. What about the family of the word? We ain't finna be teaching in the family of the word during Jacob's trouble, man. So you gotta make it make sense, buddy. We was watching IUIC earlier today. This morning. Jake just totally going off, man. Butchering the scriptures. When they speak about the things, get that when he was going off at the second entrance.
16.
Yeah, 16. Now he got the basis of it down pat, but he didn't mention the charagma. He didn't mention Jacob's trouble. See, they run from saying certain words, man. Cause you got certain code words. The scriptures speak about a time of trouble.
Well, you know, if they're omitting, scripture talk about how the Pharisees omit the weightier matters. You know, when they are omitting things, they're really running from the reality that is prophecy.
Yep.
You know, and the Lord told us to occupy the prophecy.
Yep.
So really, what they're doing is they're in direct violation of the precepts that the Lord told us on how to conduct ourselves in the ministry.
So, like, you got what's going on or what?
Yeah, I was looking.
You got an article?
2017. Straight to it.
I got
Let me see
to
how you guys see. Oh, no, I see you. I see you.
Oh,
Slide.
yeah.
Okay, the 3 square market. Yeah, I remember that. That was up out here in Wisconsin. Does it have anything about buying or selling? You got something? Go ahead.
This is NFC World. It says here, Costa Rica to roll out RFID tags, vehicle registration, contactless toll payments.
Now somebody get the prophecy. Revelation 13. What does it say?
Contactless toll payments.
Contactless toll payments. Because they're going to make everything digital. Okay? It ain't going to be no hand-to-hand exchange of money anymore. Which they're rolling out, Fed Now Act, I believe, in another month. Right? We finna be in June. Say we in June now in a couple of days. It's July the 1st, right?
June.
Or
No,
is it June 1st?
June 1st.
Oh shit, in a couple of
So
days.
so that's right around the corner.
Yeah. That's next week. The Fed Now Act is coming next week. And somebody get about the Fed Now Act so we can read that. See, this is a part of that warning. We're telling Jake, hey, don't get that charagma. See, don't get to see him. This is a part of the warning, man. Go ahead.
So this is PatrolPlaza.com. And it says Shell, Malaysia, Shell's the gas station company. It says offers RFID payments at station network. The oil company has partnered up with Touch and Go to offer a cashless experience for customers throughout 8 of the brand's forecourts across the nation. Shell Malaysia and the Touch and Go group have launched a new cashless experience that enables customers to pay for fuels using Touch and Go RFID nation.
I'm sorry, it's a lot. I'm seeing brother put in comments and precepts, so make sure you, cameraman, watch the comment board. Go ahead.
They're gonna make it hard for you to be autonomously be free, you know, to pay with cash and all that other type of stuff.
It's the same thing they did during the Great Sickness, I'm gonna call it, the 19. They were starving people out, man. You know, yeah, they were starving people out. So if you didn't get Pope, you couldn't go to certain sporting events, you couldn't go out in public, you couldn't do all of the things and the bread and circuses that, you know, Americans like to do. And that's exactly what's gonna happen with the microchip. You know, they're gonna starve you out to where you can't go to certain events, you can't buy food, you can't pay for this, can't pay for that unless you have the microchip.
Yeah.
And as soon as that's how it's gonna be in June, and going into the later half of this year into next year, with everything else going with the digital dollar payments, man. Yep. They're not gonna accept cash.
It's called gradualism.
Yep.
Okay? It's being slowly introduced. Because now all you can do is wave your hand with the Palm now, the Amazon thing, the Palm Go or Palm, whatever it's called. You
Amazon
know?
Palm, you're right.
Amazon Palm.
Amazon,
You see, so now with your credit card or your debit card, or whatever card you got, the plastic, what you do, you just do it a tap. So it's easier ways to have transaction. You see, and so eventually you can get your credit card stolen, you can get your debit card stolen, you can get your Cash App card stolen.
Your phone.
Yeah, you can get your phone stolen. So then what? What's the next level? Because things gotta level up. what will be the next level? The next level is shit. Get it and put it in your skin. That's the next level. That's the most securest way possible. You know?
I got the pump.
Alright, let's get some. Before we get it, go read that.
I went into the definition of Fed now, which was implemented in July, but it's some more information here. It says actually started in April. But it says, this is from Wikipedia. It says Fed now is a service developed by the Federal Reserve for depository institutions, like a savings bank, in the United States. It will enable individuals and businesses to send and receive instant payments. Banks will be able to build products on top of the FedNow platform.
So that's your loan. When you hear them talk about banks rolling out products, that's talking about like business. All of their loans, everything that they financially provide to society bank. So they can sell you loans, they can sell you grants, they can sell you stipends, low interest rates. They can sell you they can sell you auto loans, they can sell you mortgages, they can sell you consolidation, bankruptcy payments, things of that nature. So instead of products, it's talking about everything financial that has to do with debt.
All those things have transaction costs. Just imagine how rich you would get. But reading on, it says FedNow is scheduled to begin formal certification of participants of the program in April 2023, with a formal launch planned for July of 2023. It will operate on a 24-hour, 365-day-a-year basis, as opposed to the U.S. government's current system that is closed on weekends and holidays.
That's the convenience. Things gonna run all day, every day, and it doesn't have bankers hours. So that's gonna be another incentive for them to roll it out, or for you to get it.
I mean, go ahead,
But it says FedNow's transactions costs are expected to be about 1/5 the cost of existing payment solutions, which cost merchants an average of 23 cents per transaction.
That's it.
I got an article.
Go ahead.
This is this Fidelity and right? This is when U.S. government frees bank accounts, payments, network, FedNow. Agency responds to criticism and concern.
Oh, and another thing is when you make everything digital and it's those transactions, he's talking controlling. That's what this thing is about. It's about controlling everything as well. Because Sleepy Joe Biden, he passed the 14067 bill. I believe it's 14067. I did a lesson on it a couple of months ago. The brother can look it up. Which making everything digital so they can grab all of the they can keep track of all of your digital payments, man. Okay? So 067? Okay. Executive Order 14067.
Ensuring responsible development of digital assets.
Yep. Read it again. Say it again.
Executive Order 14067, ensuring responsible development of digital assets.
Because we are in the fourth industrial revolution. You see, and within the fourth industrial revolution, what that is merging